Hi guy, bit of a quick video. I've wanted to talk about this for God knows how long, but it's just, I've not been doing videos in forever. But somebody asked me in the comments ages and ages ago about what my thoughts were on the AVGN, the Angry Video Game Nerd movie. I mean, I started watching James Rolfe, oh god, it must have been around 2007, 6. I mean, the time, I remember it because I remember this, look at his website. I don't know how I ever came across it, just browsing randomly. And I watched his Turtles 3 movie review and thought it was hilarious and just bookmarked it as you do, and then just followed it, you know, month after month, year after year, as he posts the odd video. And I can remember at one point just sitting there thinking, oh good, you know, he doesn't post much content, and what he does, when he does, he's great. He just needs to make, I suppose, make more of an effort. That sounds terrible. But as the years went on, you know, the DVDs came out and I bought them all until I think it was volume 6. I think 5 was the last one I had. And yeah, I mean, I always had good fun watching the shows. I do think probably in the last year or so, ever since the movie actually came out, it's like, it's not nosedived, but the whole, to me, the show just feels a bit, I think it's just a bit stuck, because it doesn't feel like he's growing it or going off in any new directions. It's just the same old thing. I mean, I'm still doing the same stuff year after year after year, but I'm not like telling it like I don't know, I'm not doing it as a story in a way, or creating a character or anything like that. So it's a bit of a strange place where he's in, yet even so he still manages to produce the odd videos he's going along, which is quite funny. So what can you do? But I mean, there's been, going back so many years, you know, he inspired a lot of people on YouTube, and there's been a lot of conspiracy and stuff like all the irate gamer stuff for years and years ago, things like that. You know, it always kicks off. But yeah, he did sort of, before Kickstarter, it was like a general project to get backing for a movie, because he'd written a script years ago based around the ET game for AVGN. And he's always talking, he mentioned it, I think, on the DVDs and some of the commentary, but it's been knocking around for years, and then eventually he does this webpage to push, I think it was Indiegogo in the early days, and whatever it was, he put a pledge out, got a push out for a pledge, and then wanted people to contribute, and then he got over 100 grand, maybe 200, absolute fortune. And then off he went to make this movie, and then it took him about 2.5 years to film it all, produce it, and then release it and stuff. And you could see as he was going along, because I remember watching the monthly update videos, and how knackered he was and how much work he was putting on, and you always thought, good God, you know, how are you going to manage to keep this up? But for him, it wasn't like a vanity project, it was like a dream come true. And I'm not gushing about it, I'm just, you know, going over it from my point of view. And then eventually the movie comes out, and I've no idea how it sold or how well it did or what many people thought about it. I mean, I've seen a few complaints here and there, and a lot of people enjoyed it. Some people who enjoyed were part of the filming, I think the Nostalgia Critic comes to mind. I mean, the way he reviewed it and talked about it, because he was in it, and it was, you think it was like the best thing since sliced bread. It was like an Oscar winner or something. You're just like, calm down, mate. You know, you might think it's good, but it's not that. You know, there was that level of over the topness. But again, I suppose he was just excited being included in a project like that. And yeah, I mean, it was last year I picked up a copy finally and added it to the DVD shelf. And I don't know, I didn't think it was fantastic. I thought it was okay. I had some funny moments in it. It did make me realise James Rolfe just can't act. I'm sorry, he can't. It's like it was a caricature of himself doing the AVG. It was just weird. It was so a bit out of left field. It was like he was trying too hard to make an impression of the AVGNs. It wasn't very natural, but you got used to it as it went on, and the script wasn't too bad. I mean, some of the jokes you could see why they were written such a long way back. I mean, I think we're talking about 10 years ago since he wrote the script, and of course they jigged it up and redid a bit as it went along. But yeah, I mean, overall, it wasn't a bad film. I mean, you could love it in the sense that it was a proper B movie. You know, he didn't have much money, he didn't have much of a budget, and you know, all the effects were terrible But that was the point. I mean, that was the real point. Something like like one of the monsters, not ruining it real. There's a big monster in it at one point, and it's all smashing buildings in cities and stuff, and it's a bloke in a suit, and it's supposed to look like that, you know, because that's what he wanted to go for. So, and then it topped it all off right at the end of the film. Sorry, it's not really a spoil, but he reviews E.T., which he's been promising to do for like the entirety of his AVGN career. And I mean, I've actually watched the review much later as a separate thing, and it's not half bad. It's not great, but it you know, it does the job. So, I mean, what did you expect at the end of the day? It was never going to be Oscar worthy or amazing or anything like that. It was an okay experience. I don't think I'd watch it again, because for me it felt a bit too long and it just wasn't funny enough for me. I just expected, I wanted a bit more whilst I was watching it, but I think because I've been waiting for it for so long, you know, your expectations just get higher and higher. But I mean, you know, they achieved a lot of it with the money they had. You know, they filmed I think it was all over Los Angeles, LA and that, and they did a real lot with the budget, and you can see there was a lot of love and care when it went into it. Not a great film, above average maybe. I'm not going to, like I say, get too excited and gush about it, but I enjoyed it. If you get opportunity, I would say try and watch it. I think you can pick it up dirt cheap now, because it's been out for over a year, but yeah, is that a recommendation? I don't know. I just don't know. Like I say, I'm not gushing, I'm not really complaining, I'm just a bit meh. So yeah, I mean, has anyone else seen this film? Well, I mean, it's been out for a while now. I should hope most of your retro gamers who watch Rolf should have watched it by now. So post in the comments, you know. Yeah. So yeah, rate, comment, and subscribe below. And yeah, look forward to another video soon.